so now we're going to do some word problems involving multiplying decimals. All right, so let's look at the first one. Sean earns $18.45 per hour working at the cinema. That means for every hour he works, he gets paid $18.45. All right, so how much will he earn for working a 38-hour week? Now, whenever you're doing something like this, always underline what you're looking for in all these word problems. So it's how much will he earn? All right, it's money we're talking about. Here's how much he earns. So we're going to start with the money, $18.45, because that's what we're talking about, and that's what we're trying to find, all about the money. Now, he gets that for 1 hour. If he works 38 hours, we have to times that by 38 hours. H for hours, that's an official abbreviation in maths, you can use it. And if we do that on our calculator, we're going to work out how much he earns. Okay, so get your calculator. I'm going to type in 18.45 times 38. Now I can type this into the calculator because I've written that line down in my book. Okay, so I'm going to type it in the calculator and press equals, and you get 701.1. Now it is money we're finding, so make sure you've got the dollar sign in front. So he earns 701.1. That doesn't sound right, okay? So money is always to 2 decimal places. So if it doesn't have a second decimal place, you're going to write a 0 in. So what has he earned? $701.10. Okay, next question. We're doing a flower bed. It's got length, it's 2.6 metres long, and it's 0.8 metres wide. If it helps you to draw it, then draw it. Here's your flower bed, 2.6 metres long, 0.8 metres wide. That's your flower bed. So we're finding the area, underline that with your red pen. Now we're finding the area of a rectangle. So our formula is A equals L times B. Remember? Now, I got very upset with you all, didn't I? Because in the last test, some of you were just writing down answers, and I certainly haven't taught you that. Okay, so if you're doing the area of a rectangle, I want you to write down the area of the rectangle formula, which is A equals L times B. So now we're going to put our numbers in. Our length is 2.6 times our breadth is 0.8. All right, just keep your A over there. So A equals, put L, our length, 2.6 in there, times 0.8 is our breadth. Okay, so just fill it in. Then you're going to go to your calculator, type that in and see what we get. So we're typing in, and we can type it in because we've got it written in front of us. Don't go typing things in if it's not written down. So it's 2.6 times 0.8. Okay, I can put that in the calculator because I've got it in the working. Press equals 2.08. Okay, let's write that down. All right, and it's metres squared for area. Okay, next question. Number 3. Now this question is hard. Some of you are going to struggle with this. That's okay, but we'll do some bits at least you should be able to do. So you can write down next to this question that it is hard. We're going to try it anyway. So we're calculating the total of a shopping bill. The word total tells you to add. Underline that word in red and write plus above it in red. So we're looking at all these things. 500 grams of butter, 500 grams of cheese, 2 kilograms of chicken, 2 dozen eggs, lots of stuff we're buying. So what I'm doing with the working, I've got lots of working here because we've got a lot to do. So I'm going to write the first thing down, which is the butter. Put a heading down. Always write your money first. We've got $1.20. Write $1.20 times. Okay, now, the $1.20 is for 100 grams of butter. But you have bought 500 grams of butter. All right, so how many 100 grams are there in 500 grams? Now, some of you might go, that's easy, miss. I know that there's 5 lots of 100 grams in 500 grams. And some of you might go, I don't know how you got that. Okay, so what you do if you're not sure is you take the 500 grams, and whenever you're wondering how to get how many, we need to know how many lots of 100 grams there are in it, then we're actually doing a division. So that's really what we're doing over there. Now, if you put that into your calculator, just do fraction key, 500 over 100 equals, it will give you 5. Okay? So now you can press your calculator, do 1.20 times 5, and you should get $6. Just 6. All right? So that's how much we're paying for our butter. Just check it makes sense. Excuse me. Would we be paying $6 for 500 grams of butter? We'd pay $1.20 for 100 grams, so we should be paying more than that. We are paying more, so it's probably okay. All right, the next thing we're buying is cheese. Put a heading down, cheese. The cheese is $8.40. Write it down first. Times. Now, it's $8.40 per kilogram. Now, that means $8.40 for 1 kilogram. That's what they're trying to say there. So, for 1 kilogram of cheese, you pay $8.40. You're only buying 500 grams. So, what fraction of a kilogram is 500 grams? Now, some of you might go, I know, miss, that's really easy. It's a half. It's half a kilogram. You know that. Okay, great. But some of you might not know that. So, if you're not sure, look at it this way. A kilogram is 1,000 grams. Right? You should know that because K for kilo means 1,000. Right? So it's $8.40 for 1,000 grams. So 500 grams is what you're buying. So let's put the 500 grams on the top. And you want to put the 1,000 grams on the bottom. Now if you put that in your calculator, as a fraction, you put 500 over 1,000, press equals, it'll give you a half. So that's where we're getting that from. So now you're going to type in your calculator, 8.40 times fraction key, 1 over 2 equals. And you will get the answer, $4.20. All right, let's look at the chicken. Now the chicken is $9.50, let's write it down first, per kilogram. So that's for 1 kilogram. Now, we're buying 2 kilograms. So we will have to multiply that by 2 because it's 2 kilograms. Put that in your calculator and you'll end up with 19. Don't forget to write your dollars in front. Now the eggs. The eggs are $5.95. Write it down. Per dozen, that's 1 dozen. But we're buying 2 dozen. So we're going to times by 2 for the 2 dozen. So if you do $5.95 times 2 on your calculator, you'll get $11.90. So once you've done all that, you can write down that we're going to total all these numbers up. So you need to show me over here that you're adding. Okay, so I'm going to write these down. 6 plus $4.20 plus 19 plus $11.90. Show me what you're adding up. Okay, and once you've done that, you can then go to your calculator because it's written down. You can press it on your calculator. I'm going to add them up now. 6 plus $4.20 plus $19 plus $11.90 and press equals and you get 41.1. Now, I've told you before what to do with this. Remember we're doing money, so we need a dollar sign at the front. Money has 2 decimal places. We're missing one here, so put a 0 in. And your answer for your shopping bill is $41.10. So what I want you to get from this, even though it's a bit tricky, I really think that everybody would be able to work the chicken out and everyone should be able to work out the eggs. These two are a little bit trickier. But if you do something right and show me you're working, you can get some marks. But if you don't show me you're working, you can't get any marks. Okay? So practice all of this in your homework. With your word problems, you don't have to copy out the questions in the book unless you want to, but you do have to show me all your working, right? So if you're doing a question like this one, I want to see the working and the answer. No shortcuts, boys. All right? See how you go.